Good morning, welcome to Stretch. Today is Friday, July 17th, and we're planning to work on hip strengthening today. So the moves that I'm going to do, some may be a little bit familiar to those that are familiar with more yoga poses, but the idea is to strengthen those hips by stretching the surrounding muscles and challenging those muscles to get a little bit stronger so that the hips are supported. So particularly for women, as we age, our bones tend to have a little bit more challenge in being strong. So particularly the hips. So with those holding us, that's your pelvic girdle, that's your base for your abdominal strength. So what we want to do is make sure that we're protecting that spine and also strengthening the hips. So working through muscles that are all around that is going to get us there. So feel free to reach out to me if you have any questions on any of the poses, any of the stretches that we're doing. Modifications may be necessary if you do have anything going on with your knees. Do back off of it if you have any kind of discomfort or pain. There are a couple of things that we're going to do that I will guide you through modification to and just kind of give you suggestions. So what we want to start with, and this is what I always want to start with, is some good deep breathing. So those of you that have joined me in the past are very familiar with the diaphragmatic breathing that I talk about. It's so important. We've got some pretty good stressors going on in our world right now, and the way to get through that is to trust that we are in good hands and to deep breathe. Make sure you bring your stress level down and just trust that all will be okay. Take action to love one another. Something that came to my mind today and actually throughout this week is that, man, we are all imperfect, but if we work to love one another through our imperfections, it really makes a big difference in our world. So keep that in mind. Deep breathe as you go through all of these exercises and through your day and week, and reach out if you have any questions or comments. I'd love to hear from you. All right, so putting one hand on the abdomen, one hand on your chest. Close your eyes, and I want you to deep breathe from your belly. Let that belly inflate more than your chest inflates. If your chest inflates more, try it again, and this time concentrating on inflating that belly. Here we go. We're just going to be quiet, deep breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth. 3 more of those. Last one, relax your face and relax your shoulders. All right, if you find that your chest is rising before your belly, just takes a little practice. Just concentrate on inflating that belly. Let that diaphragm do what it's supposed to do. The secondary muscles are the ones in your chest. All right, so let's go ahead and stand. Slowly get up and down and in and out of poses. Take your time. We don't have to rush for anything. So the first pose that I want to do, take one foot. It doesn't matter which one you're going to do, but put one foot ahead, toes pointed straight forward. And then as I face the camera, I'm going to put my back foot, toes pointing toward the camera, so they're perpendicular from one another. You're going to keep the back leg nice and straight. Lean into the front leg. Some people refer to this as warrior one. Arms are up in the air. Deep breaths in through your nose, out through your mouth. From here, I want to change positions. Make your front leg now your back leg. So you're rotating that foot. Front leg now is going to be in towards the camera or your viewing screen. Back leg now is pointed straight ahead, and I'm facing what was my back leg. Lean into that front leg. Arms go up. Keep the shoulders relaxed. You're aiming your sternum toward your front foot. drop the arms. The leg that is pointed forward, that hand is going forward. Your other hand goes back. You make yourself nice and straight. Stay looking straight ahead. Now shift your weight. Take your feet back to our original position. Your original first front leg is going to be pointed straight forward. Put your weight into that front leg. Take the hands straight out. Your back leg is nice and straight. Deep breath in through the nose, out through the mouth. Wonderful job. All right, from here, I want to take the hand that's in the front, place it down on the ground if you have a block or something to press onto if you can't reach the floor. Put that underneath you. Back hand now goes straight up. This opens up the insides of the thighs, adductors. If you can, gaze up at your top hand. Let any stressors, any tensions flow out as you exhale. Gently come back up into our original position. Once again, switch your feet. Front foot points towards your screen. Back foot is now your front foot. Lean into that leg. Take that same hand, put it down on the floor. Shimmy back a little bit. And back hand goes up in the air. Gaze up toward your fingertips. You should feel those adductors, the insides of the thighs opening up nicely for you. Great job. Slowly come back up. Aim both toes, both feet, straight ahead. You're coming down into a big squat. Triangle arms, so you're pressing the shoulders down, sternum, shoulder blades pinching together in the back. Open up that chest, open up the hips. Just hold tight. If you can't go so low, back it up, it's fine. This is a great pose for strengthening those quads. Just relax your face. Arms go nice and wide. You should feel a great stretch through your chest, your pectorals. Again, low if you can. If not, no worries. All right, slowly coming out of that, you're going to lean into one leg. The opposite leg goes out. I'm going to put my hands down. Real low squat here. Toes go up. You're stretching the hamstrings of that outstretched leg, so the back of your thigh. Good deep stretch rather. Straighten that back out if you can. Protect your spine at all costs. When I say protect your spine, if you have your spine curved, it's not as great for you. Make your abs, your core work for you, keeping that back nice and straight. Try and relax your toes. Sometimes when it's feeling really good in that stretch, the toes will kind of clench up. Make sure they're relaxed. All right, put that foot down into the floor, that's toes up. Shift your weight to the other side now. All right. I'm going to put those toes up that were just crouched down on. Real deep stretch. If If you feel any pain in your knee, ease up on it and don't put so much pressure on it. You can also put a block or some kind of cushion underneath to give you a little more support. But don't let your knee be in a position that it's feeling discomfort. I tend to always feel this a little bit on the inside of my knee, but I know it needs stretched. So just check with your body, check in with your body, and don't do anything that's painful. All right, from here, slowly come up, even out your feet next to one another. We're going to rotate our body to a high lunge. So this is similar to what we've done, but the back leg is straight. Difference in this one is toes are both feet, toes are pointed straight ahead, and the heel comes up on that back foot. So you can support yourself on your front thigh. Let that stretch be a really good one. While you're stretching, you're also challenging other muscles. You're probably going to feel a little quivering right about now. They might be jumping on you a little. That's good. Challenge them. Slowly ease out of that one. I want you to rotate your feet again, going the opposite direction. So, again, both feet, toes are pointed straight ahead, putting the weight into the front foot. Let that heel come up and stretch out. This is stretching your hip flexors. What flexes your hip when you bring your leg up? Those are your hip flexors, and they tend to be tight. If you have a seated job, if you do a lot of driving, they will tighten up on you, so make sure they stretch. It's a good way to do it. All right, let's come up and give our body a little bit of a break. Just do mountain pose for a moment, just to relax the body. Let's take some good deep breaths. I'm gonna relax my hands even. Wonderful. All right, have a seat. You can face me. What we're going to do with this one, I am going to modify this a little bit. There is a pose where you have your foot on the floor, you cross your leg at your knee, and you hug. You can do this if this is comfortable for you, if you have the flexibility to do so. It's a great pose. So you're holding that knee in. It stretches the piriformis, which is the back hip extender. Again, strength is all about letting your muscles go back to the length they were created to be at, and yet strengthening those muscles that are surrounding as well. So this is one of the poses. The other option, if that's not comfortable for you or not doable for you, lie down. You're going to take and plant both feet firmly on the floor. Cross one ankle at knee, similar to what we were just doing seated. But then reach between your little triangle you created with your bent knee and your ankle across. Reach underneath the knee that's being crossed over. Relax the foot. Hug that knee in. Both of these are wonderful for stretching out that piriformis. I'm going to stick with this one for the moment, just to make sure I'm following through with the stretch and not popping back and forth. But either of those stretches are very effective for lengthening the muscles. Deep breath in and out. Let that abdomen inflate. All right. So when we do one side, we need to do the other. When I come up, always grab the knee and kind of rock yourself up. That way you're taking it easy on your spine. All right, so the opposite leg of what we just did, I just did my stretching for my right piriformis. Now I'm going to do the left. So the left foot crosses over the right knee, keeping that back straight, and you hug. that knee where the foot is planted on the floor. It's a really, really great stretch. All right, the modification again, I'm just gonna go straight into it. That foot is on the floor, ankle is crossed at the knee of my left, and then I'm going to reach through my little triangle here, grab underneath my knee, the back of my leg. I intertwine my fingers so I get a good grip. Relax your foot, and just hug that knee in toward your chest. Deep breaths. You can accentuate this, stretch a little bit, this elbow of the knee that's crossed. As you're reaching through, take that elbow and push out on the inside of the crossed over knee. That kind of emphasizes it, enhances it. All right, rocking yourself up for a moment. Again, come back to an easy pose. Let's take a couple deep breaths, get back in touch with that diaphragm. Relax the face. Certainly relax the shoulders. Make sure that at all times your shoulders stay relaxed unless you're trying to activate those deltoids and the trapezius. Relax the shoulders. So. Two deep breaths in through the nose, out through the mouth. Job. All right, we're getting into the last few stretches. I am going to take us back onto the floor. This is called Happy Baby, and you'll see exactly why if you've ever been around a happy baby. You lie back, your feet, your knees come up, your feet go up. The soles of your feet are going to be aimed towards your ceiling or toward the sky. Grab on the outsides of your feet, and your knees are going to come outside of your elbows. And just pull those knees down. You're going to feel a great stretch all the way through. If you have any discomfort in your back, ease up a little bit. If you can't reach your feet, grab your ankles. That's just as fine. But aim for getting those feet. I want you to give a little rock back and forth. A little happy baby. This should actually relax all of the muscles around the hips. You might even feel your lower back going a little further onto the floor as you give a little rock back and forth. It relaxes that pelvis. A lot of our society has a pelvic tilt where the pelvis is not in neutral, but it's tilted, usually forward, but not always. Let it go to neutral here when you're doing this. Last deep breath, in through the nose, out through the mouth. All right, from here, I want you to lower the legs, stretch yourself out a little bit, go all the way flat, so toes are up toward the ceiling, legs are completely straightened. Take a deep breath. If your shoulders are hiked up, drop those scapula down and make sure they're in a relaxed state here. All right, take your right foot, bend the knee, and put that foot on top of your left knee. From here, I'm going to have you take your left hand, just gently lead your right knee over toward the floor. This is a spinal twist that we're doing here. Okay, so your right hand is down on the floor. I want you now to take that hand and put it out to the side. So straight out is an extension from your shoulder, from your collarbone, shoulder, straight out. Now, take your gaze toward the fingertips that you just extended out. This is your full spinal twist. I did say protect your back earlier. Being able to stretch that back out sometimes is incredibly beneficial. But do it in a controlled manner. This is a great way to do that. When you do any of the spinal twist or movements like that, that's not keeping it in a straight position. Do it very slowly and controlled. So in a moment, we're going to untwist, if you will. So I'm going to bring the hand back down for support on my hips. And as I bring my knee up, I am untwisting one vertebra at a time. Imagine pressing one vertebra, starting at the top, going down at a time, down into the floor, okay? To where now we're at neutral. All right, take that right foot off of the knee, extend that leg out. Make sure you reset your shoulders. Take the left foot up, put it on the right knee. Again, we're guiding that left knee over with our right hand. Take it all the way over as far as is comfortable. Take that left hand, extend it out. I want you to slowly turn your head to gaze toward your fingertips of the outstretched hand. It's a full spinal twist. If it's not comfortable for you to turn your head, just stay looking straight above, right up toward the sky. You can do any modifications that are needed. Just don't. Basically, the modifications in this one is don't go quite as far. Don't force your body to do anything it's not ready to do. All right, last deep breath. All right, take that left hand back down towards your hip. Slowly return your gaze toward the center. One vertebra at a time. Come out of that twist as you raise your knee back up toward the ceiling. Release your hand on the right. Drop the foot back down of the left foot. Extend those legs out. Reset your shoulders if they've come up. I want you to put your palms up toward the ceiling. Let everything sink into the floor right now. Your heels are sinking down. Your hands, the backs of your upper arm sinking down. Your rear, your low back, your upper back. Take a deep breath. Don't purse your lips together as you exhale. Just completely relax that face. Something I have to remind myself of. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Last deep breath. Stay right there. I'm going to come back up. You keep your eyes closed, relax. When you come out of that, make sure that you rock yourself up by grabbing that knee. Come up very slowly. Stay in your final Savasana. Thank you so much for joining me today. Again, I love doing what I do. I do this because it was part of my healing. Having been in several whiplash incidents of all things, I had to come through healing from my upper back, my lower back. My neck still doesn't go full range of motion to the side, but these stretches, this strengthening, this corrective training that I do, you have to stretch your body and reward your body for the hard work that it does every day. I heard someone say that, and I absolutely 100% agree and resonate that. So whatever you demand of your body, make sure you reward it with stretching and lengthening those muscles to the length they were created to be at. Make sure you take those deep breaths. Our bodies were not meant to take shallow breaths. When we stress, when we're tense, we take shallow breath, and that breathing tends to come from the chest. Breathe deeply from the abdomen, from your diaphragm, and reach out to me if I can help you in any kind of way. I would love to help you get to a point of healing, help you to get to a point of peaceful confidence in your body. Your body was created to heal, and I'm living proof that that can happen and does happen, so long as you have the guidance and the ability to do it. So thanks for joining me. Come back next week, 9 o'clock on Facebook Live on my business page. Again, reach out if I can help you in any way. If you have any comments, any questions, I'd love to talk. Have a wonderful weekend, and I will see you next week.